Hey guys, for those who don't know, Andrew Tate got banned yesterday, I think, but this is something really bad because um, it's when something like that happens that we know freedom of speech doesn't really exist, because when these big companies don't like someone, they just find an excuse to ban them and not let them talk and influence other people. I think this is really bad. It doesn't matter. It could be the person that I mostly hate. I don't agree with anything that they say. I don't really want them banned, because freedom of speech is important, because even though they could be banning people that are bad influences, the bad thing about this is that who decides who is a bad influence? That's the problem. Another person has to decide. So people make the wrong choices sometimes. Sometimes they just hate on someone. They don't want people to listen to a specific person just because they don't like them. And they just use the power that they have to mute that person, and I think this is really bad. So let's see what Andrew has to say about his ban here.
A couple hours ago wouldn't let me. I have good people in the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. It's not a big loss for me. It's not something I use too often. But I do understand their position, because we're actually living in a world now where it's kind of strange. This is an unprecedented period of human history. And we have internet sensationalism, global sensationalism on a scale which has never happened before. And also we have the ability to edit things so quickly, right? So you can say something on a stream and they can remove all context, or you can say something and they can change the tone of your voice, or you can say something.
It's already happened to me many times, yes.
Exactly. And then what they can do is they can throw that in front of a hate mob, and then internet sensationalism can take control, and people can start to believe in narratives which are false, and then people have to take some kind of action against that. So I understand all these things. I understand that with great power and great influence comes great responsibility. And I'm very understanding of the situation. I think that I'm a strongly religious man. I believe that God will prevail, the truth will prevail.
Right.
The one thing that's a little bit annoying, I mean, because a lot of people have been insulting me for a long time on all platforms, and that's fine. It really doesn't bother me.
I also believe in God, but I don't believe that the truth and the good is also prevail, because a lot of bad things happen in this world, and I don't think there is only gonna be good. There are gonna be some bad things. There are gonna be lies, and I don't really believe that the truth is always
extremely
gonna
strong
prevail.
Person. I know that some people would be very, very uncomfortable in my position. Not many people can sleep at night with the kind of death threats I've been getting, but for me, it's been fine, right?
You're getting death threats?
Oh yeah, and this is the thing that's crazy, right? So I would get 10 to 20,000 death threats a day.
What?
Via Instagram.
Via Instagram.
And they would take no action, even if I reported them. However, they've now decided I'm the danger. And even the people who were supporting me, I was crazy, yeah.
That's
I
kind
was saying,
of
look,
funny,
if you're going to
but
support me in public, if you're going to discuss things in comments, please do it respectfully,
that's
because
bad.
hate on hate, it ain't going to
I
get
have a question.
right?
The guys saying in the DMs that are going to kill you. Be honest. If they saw you in person, you think they'd keep that same energy?
Obviously.
I know, of course not, but it's just about the fact that, there's a lot of hate around on the internet, and I don't believe that hate versus hate is going to win.
So Andrew, what I've learned on the internet now, it's a new generation of internet. The internet is different now, and whatever you say that is hateful gets more likes, more clicks, and it gets more attention. Yeah. Because listen, you probably get thousands of comments
people like drama,
appraisal, right? But
so obviously,
the ones that stick out the most are the hate ones. The ones that are like
the hate's gonna be popular.
So that's why they do it. They do it because they want the clicks, they want the attention, they want the likes. That's really why they do it.
Yeah, and it's really interesting about how it's going to shape the world, right? Because, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. Now I have millions and millions of people who are my fans, and I was literally teaching them and telling them on Instagram 3 days ago, if you want to defend me, then stick up for me in a respectful way. Even if they're insulting me or threatening my life, do it in a respectful way, because just arguing back and forth in a bitter, immature, hate-on-hate way isn't going to work. Show that if you're a fan of Andrew Tate, you're a respectful person.
Usually on the left, they are who hate him the most, but these people usually use hate to make their ideas visible to other people. They don't debate his arguments. When he says something that these people don't like, they don't come here and say that you are wrong because of this and this and that. They just come here and say you are they just try to offend him. I'm not gonna say anything here because I don't want to, but you know what I'm talking about. They just try to offend the person instead of debunking his arguments. So yeah.
And I was trying to teach respect to all these millions of young men.
Just immature.
And now, who knows where they're going to go, right?
But it's
and
good.
You're right. It's kind of crazy where the internet has all these black holes of pure degeneracy or hatred because that's what gets the most views. And it's a shame.
It does. And about teachers basically saying like, Andrew Tate, you know, I'm a ninth grade teacher, and my male students are basically telling girls to get in the kitchen, and you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you do in school, it doesn't matter what you do in school, you need to get in the kitchen, and you'll never amount to what a man can do.
Obviously that's gonna happen, man.
And I just want to know.
When I was a kid, I watched Spider-Man. I wanted Spider to bite me so I could become Spider-Man. I was a kid. And kids are immature. Obviously, when they listen to him saying that, they're gonna believe in it. Everything is bad for kids on the internet. They could just see anything. It's gonna be a bad influence for them. It's not just Andrew Tate. It's because kids are immature and they believe everything that they say.
What are your thoughts on seeing posts like that? And like, what is that? What do you know? Like, what do you
but let's be honest, grown men understand.
I know that's
what
not the
he's
case.
saying,
I mean, a lot of the things that have been taken up and chopped up and thrown online are things from a very long time ago when I didn't have a fraction of the influence I have now. I'm not apologizing for them. I'm not even saying that, you know, that they were intrinsically wrong. I'm saying that when you produce as much content as I have, like 6 years of posting, and for the longest period of time no one was watching it, you can go back in anyone's history of 6 years of posting, find 3 minutes and cut it up and chop it up and throw it on TikTok on repeat and make that person look bad. Anyone can do that, right?
I agree with that. You could definitely make people look bad by clips and edits and highlights. I know what you're talking about, yes. Yeah.
So that could happen to anybody. And then if a hate mob gets behind it and tries to purport that that's your only worldview, if people don't think critically and they don't sit there and look and analyze for themselves and sit there and go, okay, well, clearly a lot of this cannot be true because this man is a free man. He has no criminal charges. He's never gone to jail. He travels around the world freely in and out of, you know, Western countries. He has nothing against him. Obviously, these things aren't true. But some people don't think beyond the headline. They see the headline and they believe the headline instantly.
Right.
What's actually a bit inconvenient.
I think it's the majority of people on the internet are so easy to be manipulated because they just see anything on the internet and they believe it. They don't try to find it for themselves if it's true or not. They just see someone saying it, they just read some headline and they just believe it. That's what happens when people believe, that makes people believe that he's a sex trafficker.
The Instagram ban. The only thing that's inconvenient is, I'm going to send you a picture, Aiden, is that I launched an initiative to donate money to a charity aimed at protecting women against domestic violence. Have you seen this? Look, let me send it to you. Put the picture up.
I didn't know that. No one talks about the good things that he said.
So what was happening is I understood that some people who only viewed the headlines and didn't listen to me, because I've made countless videos talking about how women need to be protected, how women need to be respected, how important are the women in my life,
That's
how
true.
much I respect my mother.
I've
done loads of things positive about women, but people who don't want to look into it and actually understand the real me, they would only view the headline and assume I was a bad person, right? So I decided, okay, well, let's counter that narrative because with great power comes great responsibility. So I put this post up. I don't know if you can put it on the screen.
It's on there. It's on the stream.
One thing that happens is that when someone disagrees with him, they just hate the entire person. They don't care about this that he's doing, if it's a good thing or not. They just hate him for something that they disagree with him.
There it is, yeah. And I said that, look, a lot of people are confused because I'm trying to build men up and help men understand that they have a value too. Because I think in the world today, not many men feel valuable. I think a lot of men are very, very sad and depressed. And I'm trying to encourage the men to feel powerful and feel valuable.
So
they think I'm trying to drag women down, and that's not the case. And I said,
I think,
in general,
and I'm speaking
obviously,
trying to bring you down.
some people are gonna get what he's saying wrong, and it's gonna be dumb shit.
When I saw that teacher post, I saw that post. It's like, it's kind of like school just started, and now people are saying a bunch of things. Like teachers are saying they're overhearing their students say these things, and like when I'm going back to that topic, it's like why are they? So do you feel as your content and not your content, what you preach is you're trying to build men up, which I'm all for it. I told you I like that. Some parts of what you talk about, I love when you speak about building people up and building their confidence and telling people to pursue and follow their dreams. I love that. But I think the issue is what people on the other side are saying is that it's coming off as misogynistic because why? It's coming off that way. I'm not saying you are misogynist. I'm saying it's coming off that way. Why?
It's coming off.
That's interesting. I'll tell you why. And
for
the reason
people
is
that don't
because
want to
they're
find
very,
out the
very
truth.
careful and they're very, very selective, right? So the reason I was talking about that charity post.
They just listen to what other people tell them. He's a misogynist. He says that women are objects and things like that, and they don't listen to what he has to say. Because if they listen, they're gonna change their minds about him. He's not that bad, but some people are just easy to manipulate.
Just because I put a post up saying I'm going to donate $1 for every like to a charity which supports women against domestic violence, and also a charity that helps men with mental health issues, because there's no point in trying to support one against the other. We're all people. And I pledged 1.2 million American dollars, and that didn't get a single publication. They ignored it completely. And at the same time, they're saying I hate women when I'm the one who's given away $600,000. And that post was live, and I was going to put the receipt up tomorrow morning.
Holy shit.
It's very, very selective what they're doing. And that's what's scary, because I think a lot of the things that are out there that make me look like I'm talking about women in a bad way, they ignore all the times I talk about men in a bad way. I'm a person who believes in trying to create a reality where you speak with as many high-value people as possible.
And they don't care about that.
They
just choose what they want to hear to feed the feeling that they hate him, and they just want to hate him more, and don't listen and don't see the good things that he says and does.
And high-value women. I say to people all the time, if you're a man and your friends just play video games or smoke weed or they're committing crime or hanging on the block, you shouldn't hang around with those men, because those men are a bad influence on you. And they'll ignore that. But if I say, if your girlfriend is going to be disloyal or disrespectful or not support you in your goals, then they'll sit and say that I'm talking bad things about women. But
and not a lot of people just want to defend on women. It doesn't matter if what they are doing is good or bad. They just want to defend women and shit on men, even though men could be doing something good or bad. It doesn't matter. They defend women and shit on men.
I talk bad things about men as well all the time. It's nothing to do with gender. It's about trying to be a person who finds high value people. And what they've done is they've gone through the past, found all the little clips across 6 years of content, a total of 3 or 4 minutes, trying to make it look like I'm out there to hate on women, when I'm the one who's donating money to women. I'm the one trying to donate money to charity, trying to prove that I understand that my influence has an effect and that I need to be very, very careful with it. But it's a truly false narrative. And like I said, I'm a religious man. I believe in God, and I know God will show the truth, and the redemption arc will be glorious, and everyone will soon understand. But truthfully, I am the person who sticks by what he says. I stand by what I say, and if I disagree with something, I'll disagree with something. And I've said a lot of comments which are like tongue-in-cheek or joking or locker room talk, and I understand how that can be taken out of context. But all in all, the idea that I hate women is truly, it's so far.
I really have no idea how a charity is gonna help these women and these men. A lot of things I don't think can be solved with money only, but money helps. I want to see the explanation on how this is really gonna help these women.
Truth. And anyone who knows me personally knows that. And I think a lot of people on the internet know that, because since the banning, the outpouring of support has been monumental. It's been monumental. So a lot of people understand that I'm not a bad person in any regard.
What's next for you? Like, what do you planning on doing next? Like, what's another goal? I mean,
okay, so here he's not talking about the ban anymore. It's another topic. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think this ban, it's just another ban that they try to silence someone. They use it to silence someone that they don't really like. And this is really bad because freedom of speech doesn't really exist. When you say freedom of speech exists, you need to let everyone talk about whatever they want and say whatever they want, because when there is someone controlling what people can say and cannot, they are the ones who decide who is bad and who is good. And they can use this power to silence people they don't like, which is bad. The best thing would be that everyone has the freedom of speech to say whatever they want, and the smart people are gonna listen to it and decide for themselves if that person is full of shit or not. So that's what I think about it, and I wanna know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.